Hi everyone! So in this video I'm going to be doing a review of the S146 and the S142 crease brushes by Hakuhodo. So both of these brushes are made of blue squirrel hair, which is Hakuhodo's very soft hair. And they're both tapered crease brushes. And the difference between their size is, as you can see, I'm holding them right next to each other, and I'm going to hold up a MAC 217 so that you can see. So this is the flat side of the MAC 217, and this is when I turn it the other way, so you can see. However, these brushes, it's difficult to compare them because the MAC 217 brush is made with goat hair, whereas the Hakuhodo brushes are made of blue squirrel hair. So the goat hair basically has a different quality to it. It's a little bit thicker, each strand, and it's a little bit denser, it's a little bit stiffer, I guess that's the right word. And the blue squirrel hair bristles are a little bit thinner, and they're very soft. So, you know, you can kind of imagine, you know, a girl who has very thin hair, the strands are very thin, you know, she's going to not have a lot of volume, it's going to hang straight down, it'll seem thinner when you feel it, and then a girl who has thicker strands, it's just going to naturally seem like there's more volume to it. And usually, you know, a thinner hair is going to feel softer, and a thicker hair is going to just feel a little bit more textured, a little bit more coarse. So that's kind of like the comparison between these guys. So, even though this looks like it's just as thick, this feels thicker and it feels stiffer, even though it's a good quality brush. So these brushes, they may be thick with blue squirrel hair, but the same thickness of blue squirrel is not going to translate as the same thing as goat hair. So basically these are extremely soft. They're just very soft. This one right here, the S142, is a crease brush that I have heard just holy grail statements about across my research into Hakuhodo when I've done a lot of research into it. This one right here, I actually love very much. The S146, the smaller one, I love it very much for cutting the crease. I have a very tiny eye, and it's very precise at how it cuts the crease beautifully. The taper of it and everything is just fabulous. One thing that I don't love about them is that you have to be very careful about how you precisely lay down the shadow. And you have to, in my opinion, you have to be a little bit careful about what kind of primer you use when you use these. My favorite primer is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden, and that one, to me, it feels a little bit sticky, and so the way that it grabs onto product, I feel it makes it really hard to blend it out into the crease using these brushes. But I think if you use like a more slick kind of, you know, a silicone feeling eye primer, it would be a lot easier, and especially not using a matte shade but using like a shimmery shade to blend out, I think it would just do a beautiful job. So I've just had a little bit of difficulty blending out shadows in the crease using these guys because they're so soft, and I think that the reason is because I haven't tested it using a very like slippery feeling eye primer, but that's my suspicion. I really think that that's the reason, because I use that Urban Decay primer almost every day, and it really grabs a hold of the pigments. So, you know, usually if I use something more stiff like a MAC 217, I don't have difficulty if I just sit here and blend for a while. I blend it out fine, and I love how it makes that primer. I love how it makes shadows really show up pigments, very pigmented, but, you know, just, you know, that's been my experience with these, but I've heard so many amazing things from them. I'm thinking the reason I've had that experience is just because of the primer that I've been using. And like I said, this little one, absolutely adore from cutting the crease, which, you know, if you're cutting the crease, you want it to stay quite deep, so maybe that's why it's been working better with my primer for me than the little bit bigger one to do the entire blending out of everything. And this just hasn't been blending for me the way that I've wanted it to. But anyway, so these two eyeshadow brushes, the larger one retails for $40 on their website, and the smaller one retails for $38 on their website. So again, these are the S142 and the S146 brushes by Hakuhodo. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!